also need a sound cloud. Switchboard.
Welcome to the Garbage Pail Skids. I'm Shane, and these f***s are...
You can't say that.
Oh,
it's
my bad.
Kevin.
It's not even
And
10 seconds into the
Don't
show.
worry, it'll get
Hi, I'm
bleeped.
Tim. I'm not a fan.
That's another one.
Kevin's going to have some fucking work on this show.
I know. We've already cursed like 4 times, too.
Yeah, that part doesn't matter.
Wow. Well, yeah. We don't want to piss off the sponsors or whatever the fuck they're called.
What sponsors? There's no sponsor. I mean, there's one, but
Well, the
that
ones-
doesn't matter.
Yeah. They look forward to the cursing.
So how have you guys been?
Not bad.
I don't actually give
Are
a
you
shit.
really asking?
No,
I'm
I
just
don't
saying,
care.
you're
I'm just
you're
trying to keep things moving
trying to
along.
Keep the airwaves cluttered up with your melodious voice.
You don't even know what melodious?
Melodic.
You have a melodious
Melodic.
voice, Shane?
Melodian.
Melodian?
Are you just making shit up?
Yeah.
Nickelodeon?
Yes, your Nickelodeon voice.
There it is. There it is.
That makes sense.
There it is. Well, so yeah, I had a pretty good week so far. I mean, you've been off, so you're
Yeah, dude, and I got sick.
Well, you've
as
had a
shit.
really good week then if you've been
Yeah.
off.
Sick as shit.
We
just
got the
out
Omicron
of,
getting us sick
I have
now.
no idea, but out of nowhere, what was it, like 3.5 days where it just felt like the flu, but with no fucking, no fever.
No fever, really?
Yeah, but it was
Wow.
so fucking weird because it started, like the way I really knew that I was sick.
Sounds like allergies to me, dude.
No, I went to take a piss, and then all of a sudden I got the
It burned?
shivers. I got the shivers.
Oh, that's fever.
So, no, but there was no fever.
There was what about there was no
I was
cold
at-
sweats?
I was at normal fucking temperatures. No fever.
So you got no cold sweats, but you got trembling.
Curious, how did you check your temperature? Was it rectally?
Yes, it was rectally.
Because that's the only way to get the accurate temperature.
I just used an actual fucking
You
thermometer.
get your finger up there, and then you put it in your mouth,
Yeah.
and then you taste it.
I think somebody
If it
told you the
tastes
wrong
hot.
thing.
I thought that was for wind.
I think somebody misled you, Tim.
That's how I've always done it.
Look, my priest told me that he
Yeah.
had to put his penis in my
Several
ass.
times, and then I had to taste it. It was like, wow, that's hot.
It's like, oh, you've got a fever.
Obviously, the COVID.
We're gonna have to work this out.
Yep. It's
Yeah, I don't think that's
It's
not
obviously
correct.
the COVID.
So, dude, and
So tell me
unfortunately,
that's not
we
it,
had
right?
another person die recently.
Dude,
Bob Saget.
Bob Saget.
So we've got
man.
we lose all these legends. We got Sidney Poitier, fucking
Yeah,
Bob
he
Saget,
was a
But Bob
good one.
Betty
Saget's
White,
That was-
Robert Durst.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
from Limp Bizkit.
Yes, Fred Durst. Fred
Yeah.
Durst died.
Wow, that's a shame.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, he did it all for the nookie, so
Yeah.
it's all right.
I think it's funny how it's like, oh, that
Did
would
he ever
really
finally
hurt.
get
but,
his cookie?
like, when Saget died, it sucks. Yeah, but
That sucks.
I mean,
I always liked Bob Saget.
who knew him personally?
Oh.
What do you mean?
It just seems that everyone gets like when someone really popular dies, it's like, oh man, that really sucks. I really feel bad.
I think it does if it's
crying. It's like, wow. You
Well,
really
I
didn't-
don't get the
like,
freaking out and
When was
crying.
the last time we referred? I mean, did we ever talk about Bob Saget?
Well,
Because that
I've
could
been-
be a problem.
I've been listening to stuff.
I'm just saying, everyone
you
we've
know.
talked about in the past has died. So
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever talked
No,
about
I
Bob
don't think we
Saget.
have either.
So that
Maybe,
wasn't our
not to my
fault.
knowledge.
That's
No.
not our fault.
We didn't
Isn't
kill
it
Bob
mine?
Saget.
Well, yeah, I'm going to
was gonna
say
say,
our.
look,
Actually, this
seriously,
guy right
It wasn't our
If-
fault this time.
Curse
If
mouth
somebody
over here.
had to die so I knew that I had powers,
Would Bob Saget be the one?
I'm like,
we didn't
sorry,
talk
guy.
about Betty White or Bob Saget, so that one's not on us or Shane.
I did talk about Betty White though.
Norm Macdonald,
right
yeah.
before that happened.
But you
shit.
know what?
At my
Betty White
parents'
was
house.
old, so that could be
Oh, well,
circumstantial.
no, on the show.
No, but it doesn't matter if
Hey.
they die. And I have talked, I'm sure, about Bob Saget.
Now, Bob Saget,
It's a power I
that
have.
could be possible. But
I just
Betty
need
White
to
was
get the
already
right
old.
people.
Yeah. That's what's so curious about Bob Saget, right? Is because they still don't know. It's going to take 3 weeks for them after the autopsy to determine what really happened.
I'm
'cause
sure
Yeah.
they didn't find drugs in his
Well,
system.
look, eventually they're going to come to the
they have
conclusion
a
it was
tech in
Shane.
his system.
They're
That
gonna
doesn't
do
come
the
back right
autopsy,
away.
and it's
when it
going to
comes-
come back that Shane did.
It's going to be like
Yeah,
some
when
block
it's going to be
aorta or
like it
something
comes back
stupid like that,
voodoo.
you know?
Yeah.
and they'll be like, oh man,
You
who did
sweat
it?
a lot on stage. It could be a heart thing, I'm thinking.
Well, I mean,
because
the
you
house
sweat a
lights are
lot
really
doesn't
hot
mean that you
on
fucking
stage usually.
Have a
I know
heart
that.
condition.
It's always a heart condition.
Well, I'm sure he is 65.
Wow, he's that old?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was 65.
Dude, the weird thing is, so when I was a kid, I didn't like him because I did
He was
like
too wholesome.
that was when he had the squeaky clean family kind of.
Well,
Yeah, it
that's
was
the
like
thing.
persona.
I'd watch Full House. 'cause
American,
that's what
what
my
was
parents
it?
watched.
America's Funniest Videos and all
Yeah.
that. He was so Magoo
Yes.
on that show. I was
But
like, golly.
My parents watched it because it was on what ABC.
yeah,
Friday
we
night.
watched. We watched it too.
You know, that was the so that was watched every week,
Yeah.
and Same with America's Funniest Home Videos because I think that was like Sunday night.
Well,
And that was a big
That was
show
a
back
huge
then.
show too.
I was like, I
the
wasn't.
Mormons all in the fucking crowd there with their fucking
Yeah.
teal shirts, and I really like
Their weird underwear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
man.
was so bizarre watching
And,
the
and
crowd.
them
'cause
getting a planet when they
them
die or
just
something.
smiling and
I don't know.
fake clapping the whole fucking
Yeah.
time.
I
was
still
so
can't
weird.
get over the magic
But I
underwear.
just didn't. I just did not fucking understand. Like I the whole. I wasn't into the wholesome stuff and all that shit. And I was a kid.
Yeah.
But I still didn't. There were a few sitcoms and stuff that I liked when I was a kid. Full House was one of those where I was like, if it's on, fine. But back then, if it was on, that's what you were watching. That's
Yeah.
kind of how
it's
television worked.
Family
We
Matters
also
or
didn't
whatever
have as
else.
many choices then.
Well,
as
that's
we
what I
do
mean.
today,
That's how
yeah.
television
Right.
worked back then. Was that
You couldn't
if it's
pause
on,
it or rewind it.
the way you checked to see if things were on was you click channels.
No, it's the fucking scrolling channel guide.
Well, that's it. When
Yeah,
we had
but
that,
you
we
had
didn't
to
always
click to
have
that
that.
channel.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's
Remember,
for
you had
sure.
to have
Oh,
TV
shit,
guide.
dude,
and
when
shit?
I was the kid, I was the remote. That's how kids
Yeah,
were. You
that's
were a
what it was.
remote.
Yeah, change
Hey,
the channel there.
go up there. Because
Yep,
we
yep.
had one of those that had the three main
The
channels or
dial
whatever,
turner,
and the
yeah.
dials
God
and all
damn,
that shit. Dude, we had a
I remember
super
those.
old television. It
Yeah.
was fucking lame.
UHF and VHF.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all that
Yeah,
shit.
Well, and
man.
remember like how I would go to friends' houses. I didn't have this at my house, but a lot of friends did. Where one of the old televisions, it died, so now it's a fucking counter.
Yeah, yeah. Because all
And
had that.
it's
wood.
a television with
Or
a television on
fancy
top of it.
liquor cabinet or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
They
But
had
they
those
didn't
wood
do anything to it.
casings and
It's not
stuff.
like they
Yeah.
took it and fucking made it into an art project. They
Uh-huh.
just took it and said, "Well, we're not getting rid of this ever."
Well,
Yeah.
no, that was thousands of dollars. Well, comparatively,
Yeah, that's
at
the new
time.
dining
Dude,
table.
so ridiculous. Yeah, it's
It
just
holds a lot of paintings and pictures and shit like that. of the
yeah.
family.
So I mean,
and
it's
doilies.
They just
those
kind of became
fucking
fixtures
white
in people's
doilies and
houses,
shit.
you know.
but back then, like I didn't realize what type of comedian he actually was. Until later when I
Me
started
neither.
listening to other comedians talk about him,
Yeah.
and he was like one of the dirtiest fucking
Yeah, I
comedians.
was shocked. I was
Dude,
like,
Well,
Me
when I
too.
heard that, I was like, "Holy shit!" Okay, so this is who he was before,
what
and they
was it?
still picked him up as the wholesome guy.
Yeah.
no, it was half baked. When he
oh,
was,
yeah.
when he was
That's
in,
You ever
the one
sucked
that
dick
caught
for
me
coke?
off guard.
I was
Yes.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
That's the scene that caught me off guard.
Well,
at first,
and then
Yeah.
Dirty Work, him directing it, and
Yep.
like
I didn't
going.
know any of that. I just know
Yeah.
that when he
Well,
when
see,
he
when
told
I found all
dude,
that
you
shit
ever
out-
suck dick for coke.
Yeah, that was
But
the
when
one
I
that
found
woke
all
me.
that shit
Yeah.
out, I was like, "Oh shit,
Bob
this guy's
Saget?
actually he's a funny dude," and he also gets to play into the fact that because he was wholesome for so long, that when he goes out and says this, it's more shocking than
Yeah.
More
anybody else.
effective.
did.
Exactly.
Definitely
Because
played that part.
if Chris Rock was the one that walked out and said the things he said, you'd just be like, "All right,
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his
You're used to
style.
Yeah,
we're used
but-
to Chris Rock being.
no
who
shit."
he is.
That was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
point.
I know the point.
The
I
other
know,
thing
I
is
know.
going the opposite
I'm
direction.
elaborating.
I like
over
how
it.
you're not elaborating; you're just explaining the same thing.
Like the
Okay.
opposite would
I love
be,
it when you do that; it's hilarious to me.
would be Ice Cube.
What can I say? People are stupid. They need things explained to them.
How
This piece of
he's-
paper is blank. Well, you know how when paper doesn't have stuff on it. Thank you for explaining that. Go ahead, sir. In
You
your
know what
hat.
era we're living in, right? The era of total stupidity.
Yeah, but you
even
don't
though we
have to
have all
explain it
the
to us.
information at our fingertips.
But the problem
It's
is
not-
there's an oversaturation of information that's unnecessary.
I agree.
No, you.
Okay, fine.
I'm trying to get him to get some color in his face.
I don't get it.
I don't have the energy.
You're not getting the color in your face. This
I
is
don't
what's
have the energy.
driving
The
me
blood's
nuts.
flowing to his dick right now, dude.
Kevin's like, this is the only way I can come is if you make fun of me.
It's like that guy of Succession, wasn't
That's
it,
the problem.
Roman?
We got to start talking about Bob Saget. He's like, sorry, the blood's not going to go to my face.
The whole time he's thinking in his head, "Man, Saget rhymes with something."
Yeah, like several times where it's bleeped out in the beginning of the show. So
I was gonna say, if you say it again, you son of a bitch.
you're gonna have to go through the entire episode with the fine tooth
I know.
comb. It's gonna be great.
pretty wild, man.
So yeah, dude. But yeah, it sucks that he died. But like I said, finding out later that he was this totally different guy, I was like, oh shit, I like this guy.
Again,
you know?
I could care less either way, or couldn't care less is the correct phrase. Because again, I don't know the person. Yeah, I mean Robin Williams when he passed
get
away,
that.
everyone was crushed. It's like, yeah, we're not going to see anything from him anymore.
I get it. You
But
pretend
Bob
to be
Saget,
heartless.
like, what was like the last time I referenced Bob Saget or thought about him was years ago.
No,
you
see,
know?
and I'm
I see his
different.
comedy specials once in a while, so I like.
I mean,
I constantly
I saw
follow-
like blips of his roasts. Like
But the
when he
thing is, though,
roast-
you don't follow comedy like I do.
yeah.
I follow comedy like crazy. Like,
Well, I'm trying to think of like a celebrity that would go now. They're like, oh no, but I can't think of. I mean, I guess Ryan Reynolds. would be pretty shocking
Well,
because he's so
that-
young.
yeah.
But again, like Norm Macdonald, all those guys that went, I was like,
See, but
really,
that's the
because
thing.
I never
I was
referenced
watching a ton of Norm Macdonald before he died.
Yeah, and
I loved Norm
well,
Macdonald.
I guess you just don't
Watching
expect.
his late night stuff was insanely good.
I guess you just don't expect, even though these guys are like in their 50s and 60s, you don't expect them to die. I guess at that age, normal.
Yeah.
You know, it just
Well,
it just
and
I
his
don't
was out of the ordinary because he wasn't known as like this big drug guy,
right.
You know,
Yeah.
like when Greg Giraldo died.
what are you talking
it was
about?
like-
Suck dick
Yeah.
for Coke.
that was a movie, Tim. That's not real. Oh shit! I think I just shattered half of his life.
Wait.
Uh-oh.
So he didn't suck dick for cocaine.
You're like-
That never happened.
You're like, oh shit! I modeled my entire
because that's
existence off of
how
it.
I get cocaine. You're telling me I don't have to suck dick?
You actually wait for somebody to do coke so you can suck it out of their dick.
They're like, I don't even have cocaine. I don't care.
This is the only. It's the white stuff I need.
Sir, this is a church. I was told there's cocaine here and plenty of dick to suck.
Well,
I got,
Plenty
and
of
it's because of Bob Saget. So I guess in that sense I kind of miss him.
wow. This took a turn for
That was deep, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Thank you for clarifying that for me because I can change the lifestyle now.
Yeah, no, it
Well, at
is,
least you can now.
Yeah.
Glad we found closure. We helped you find
That's
closure.
what sucks.
you could suppress it.
That's what I do.
You're like,
Gotta wash that taste out somehow. Up here and here. Especially here.
Very specific.
Oh.
Very specific locations.
That's why Tim calls it the prayer position.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, I got
so another thing
Yeah,
that
anyway.
I saw in the news recently, California appeals court upholds the firing of LAPD officers for playing Pokemon Go instead of responding to a robbery in 2017. So in 2017, these guys get a call.
It was huge back then, though.
Dude, it
wasn't
was
it?
huge back then.
Could you blame
I
him?
actually made a meme and put it out there. It just said it had the Pokemon Go, like the look of it, but it said Pokemon Go fuck yourself.
People were like wrecking their cars playing that
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
game.
It
But-
was
so these
wild
cops
how
apparently
crazy that got.
they get a call. I guess there was a Macy's being robbed at I can't remember which mall.
There's no Weedles there. He's not going to go to Macy's. He's looking for that fucking Charmander or whatever.
Yeah,
the fuck
I
it
can't
is.
remember exactly which mall it was. The Crenshaw Mall. There was a robbery, multiple suspects, and everything. And so they got talked to later, like, why didn't you guys respond and all that? And they were like, well, we didn't hear it. They went back on the video in the patrol car.
Oh, heard the video, heard
And
the audio over the
yeah.
video.
So in the video, the call comes through. They kind of look at each other for a second. They're like, screw it. And then,
well, that's how it is now, though. That's just
but then,
it. Like,
but
majority of
now
them,
you got to remember this is a different time. So
Yeah.
let's go with
It's
the
not
time that it
COVID,
is.
for sure.
But they ended up getting that call, and then about 5 minutes later, they just start talking Pokemon, and then start driving around trying to catch Pokemon. They apparently were talking about a Snorlax or some bullshit. Fucking,
They
they're-
found a fucking Snorlax.
That's what they were going
You're gonna
for.
fucking snag
So
that shit.
so they went.
Oh, these badasses.
Yeah. So
the hunt for the
They're in a
Snorlax.
fucking gym fighting.
dude, that's what I'm
Fuck
saying.
this motherfucker. He's not going to take my Snorlax down.
They're out like fucking shooting at people to get to them first. I mean, so yeah.
Move, motherfucker.
Pop some kid. You're like,
Put him
don't you
down,
think
kid."
about it, kid.
It's mine.
Wouldn't that be fucked up though? We find out like all the shootings in 2017 by police officers.
It was all
It's
over
just it was all
Snorlax.
Pokemon
It
Go.
was all the Pokemans.
Everyone was
We gotta
hunting
catch all the
Snorlax.
Pokemans. Gotta catch them all.
Yeah, so that I thought that was a fucking interesting story. I mean, it's just crazy that
By any means necessary.
I don't doubt it one bit. That's just it.
it's not doubted. Like they got it on fucking
so
video.
Fucking funny.
Wow. Caught
They
dead
literally
to
drove
rights.
from place to place looking for these Pokemon.
Avoiding real calls.
First off, like when that shit came out, I was like, "This is the most annoying fucking trend."
It got people
Yeah.
out of their houses, out walking around, had everybody outside.
Fine,
dude,
but it was
you know?
so fucking annoying to see that shit every day posted on social media, anywhere you look.
Yeah.
Well, I
You
can say
know-
the same thing about COVID now.
Yeah, but that's why I'm not.
And in fact,
on
it's
a lot
almost
of
like
that.
it's the exact opposite of what COVID COVID's doing exact opposite.
Yeah,
of
it's keeping people fat and in their house, and
there's
they're getting
there's-
cards to say, "Don't weigh me because I'm fat" at the
Yeah.
doctor's office.
God,
that
that's
shit's
ridiculous.
so fucking
Mine's in
annoying.
the mail. It should be here in
So
a couple
ridiculous.
days. 'Cause
Yeah.
I will not.
Tim,
Don't
you should
weigh
just
me.
Fat shame.
You should
It's
just have
like-
somebody that comes with you, and every time they ask to weigh you, they just point at you and go, "Come on."
Hey, you know what? It's like
I
those
like it when people
allergy
come with me.
bracelets people used to have to wear.
Yeah.
So like when they go to a new hospital, they oh, you're allergic to penicillin or whatever. We won't give
Yeah.
that. Oh no, it just says I'm fat on the
Well, it
fucking
doesn't even have to
bracelet.
say that. It should just be like, "Can you see?"
Yeah.
I mean,
Like it's basic. No shit.
yeah. But that's
You
the
are?
one thing I don't get though. Is like because we saw it earlier on YouTube that there was that one that was talking about how someone freaked out because they were fat at the hospital and because of the CDC now
Yeah.
saying that if you're fat, it's probably bad for you when it comes to COVID, right? Which is fucking no duh.
Kind of common
But-
sense. You
But
think.
it's something that now is actually they're finally admitting, and now that's all of a sudden making people sad.
Yeah. And that's the reason why they held off on admitting it in the first place, because they were worried people would get all angry and sensitive about it. It's
You
like,
know,
sorry, this is reality.
I s-
Reality sometimes is a bitch.
I saw something recently posted about how the government wants us to stay at home, gain weight, stay inside, don't fight, all that stuff.
Yeah,
because
comply.
They want us to comply, but
Yeah.
that's why Amazon's so successful, because everything can be brought to us. That's why food be brought to us. And they're blaming the government for it, but then someone pointed out, I was like, no, that's you guys doing that.
Yeah.
You're complying. You know?
Yeah, it's not the government. You can't blame the government for that.
No, because it's not China. It's not them welding doors shut
Yeah.
on a fucking
It's-
building and
it's-
saying,
it's
"You're quarantining."
us. It's us.
Yeah.
It's not the government doing it
No.
per se. It's us saying, "Wow, that's convenient.
Yeah.
I don't have to go to a drive-through anymore.
Look,
I
for
can be
me,
brought to my door." Fuck
somebody that's got
yes.
social anxiety and doesn't like being around people, this is great.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, exactly.
And more
Wait,
and
you
more
don't-
people are
you-
like, "This is fucking awesome."
yeah.
And then there's the other side. They're like, "Oh, you're being so you're being manipulated into complying." It's like,
yeah.
well,
Well, I think
And
this
it's
is probably
pretty
great
obvious,
for those
but-
people that are like in a relationship where one person wants to go and do something all the time.
Oh,
the
Jesus.
other person's like, "I fucking hate this." And the second this hit, they were probably like, "Fuck yes,
Yeah.
Right?
This is
Yeah.
amazing."
It's like,
I
now
get to
I don't have
stay
to go do
home.
all this
Well,
shit. Yeah.
the other, I mean,
I don't need her dragging me to another
the
fucking
counter
whatever.
to that I see though is I'm a parent, and I had a
You're a
situation. Yeah, I'm a parent. I have two children,
I thought I was the
Oh.
parrot. I'm the one that copies.
and
it.
I have
Yeah.
I have two kids,
You do.
and
Squawk
I
box
spend
over
time
there.
with them occasionally. And going out shopping with them is a unique experience because obviously they're very paranoid about what's going on because they're kids. They're impressionable.
Well, and the media is not helpful.
Yeah, a lot of it's and
No.
I remember going to a supermarket with my kids, and the youngest one, her mask slipped down and she didn't notice it,
Yeah.
and
Probably
she
freaked
finally
the fuck out.
she finally realizes like, oh my gosh, my mask has been down, and her face turned beet red, and
Like,
she
so-
panicked.
Really?
Yeah.
She got all embarrassed and shit.
Yeah, she
Wow.
actually got embarrassed, like her pants were down, or like her fly was down. It was so
What is
bizarre.
wrong
And I-
with these people?
And I noticed that. I realized, this kid's 9 going on 10, and she's already been conditioned to be afraid.
Yeah.
Well,
of
imagine-
that.
think
Not
about
afraid,
this.
but also embarrassed because
Yeah.
that's the other thing is we're training people to judge those that don't comply.
Yes.
Well, yeah,
They
but
want
you've-
us to
you've
police
done the
ourselves.
Same thing, though.
And that's what's happening. And so
and the
she
thing
was
is, like,
so
I-
embarrassed.
That's
by
what
it.
So I remember
totalitarian
you
governments
saying
do.
that, like, you kind of get pissed off when you see somebody without a mask, and it's because you have to wear one. That's the only reason.
That's part of it.
That's a big part of
But
it.
I think another
that's a
part
big part of most people's.
I think
reasoning.
another part of it is because it's a pride thing.
Well, yeah.
Pride.
Well, because
I
they
think the ma-
themselves are too afraid to not comply, so they get angry when other people don't.
There's so
I'm
many
not a-
facets
I
of
don't
this that
care
is
what people
so
Yeah.
But that's what broke my heart. My kid
Yeah,
got
that's-
embarrassed to
that's
have
lame.
her mask fall down.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to school
That is,
now.
that's horrible.
And now schools are talking about going back to remote learning because it's just they're losing teachers to
They're
COVID.
fucking these
They're
kids up,
losing
man.
Bus drivers to COVID. They can't. They can't keep kids in
Teachers
classes.
have been driving me crazy too.
These
Me
teacher
too.
unions are fucking pissing me off, and the teachers themselves
It's
are getting
the
pissed
teachers
off
more-
about it. Yeah,
more
they're,
than
they're
the
getting pissed off
union
about it
that
too
it's
because
pissing me
they're
off.
pissed. Why can't I teach my students? Because the union doesn't want that.
No,
to
it's
happen.
not even that, dude. Look at it. I think the majority of the teachers are being the problem on this.
Yeah.
I think it's less teachers.
No, I know teachers that are all about teaching students. They're the ones
I
that
agree,
want to do it.
but what I'm saying is that's more anecdotal. I think if you actually extrapolate, look at the groups.
I know.
I think more of them
Don't
are
get me
fucking
wrong.
freaked
I know
out.
that if in
for-
any,
I don't
in any
know what.
field of work, if you can find out you get paid for staying home,
Yeah.
you're going to take it.
Oh, yeah.
Because that goes back to where we were just talking about. I can have food brought to my house. I can have commodities brought to my house. I don't have to go anywhere.
I can sit
and then
naked.
I could stay at home and make money too.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, dude. That's the thing that I would like to do. It'd be great.
Again, and that's why I don't blame the teachers for that, but at the same time, the teachers that I want to interact with children. The reason they want to follow through with what the reason they got
can we
the
isolate that part?
education for it.
I want to interact with children parts.
Well, yeah.
Well, we can actually. We can.
Shane's going to try to get me back to my earlier one. I could pull the audio up, but I probably shouldn't.
Yeah, it's probably. Don't worry. If we ever get popular, it's gonna get fucking pulled up again.
That's probably going to be his downfall from an earlier.
It's not going to be a downfall. I don't care. I don't. My thing is like
But
things out of context. That's what drives me nuts.
I cannot stand
I hear
that
that.
my kids are growing up in this world right now because
well,
they have to
just
deal
imagine.
with this
It's a bizarre.
fucking nonsense.
If you could go back and tell your 19-year-old self that this is how life would be later on,
You wouldn't believe it.
what would you think?
19-year-old
Well,
someone
even 2
believe it.
years ago, it's like, oh, we're going to come up with there's going to be a vaccine. It's going to be gone. And the vaccine showed up. It's like, no, now you're going to need another one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? You're going to need another one because the people that don't have them, it's their fault that you have to do it again.
And now
Which is fucking.
Essentially,
all
That's
the
what they're
evidence,
saying, right?
Yeah, but now all the evidence seems to be pointing to that this is just something that we're going to have to live with.
Yeah.
Forever.
Which is what a lot of the experts
And-
were saying already.
Yeah,
but
Yeah,
they were
they
being
were
silenced.
saying this is going to be a quick, come and go thing. This is going to be around.
No, well, that's not true. They at the beginning were saying 2 weeks to cut the curve.
No,
That's it.
I heard.
That's what they said
Well,
at
that
the
was
beginning.
early on.
I heard
yeah.
different as well, where they said, "Well, no, this isn't going to be
We're going to lock down for 2 weeks, and then
There
Two
were
weeks to
scientists.
slow
There were
this-
scientists that were
the
saying
curve
this isn't
to-
going
to
to be
flatten
like
what it was.
a disease that comes and goes. It's going to be like a disease winter. It's going to be.
yeah, it's a seasonal
Couple
flu.
months.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, and people
it's
said
a
it's going
type
to be
of
a seasonal flu.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's also other that were saying this is going to be more than a seasonal flu.
Yeah.
But
No,
again,
but that's the thing. It's going.
it's-
That's where
it's
it's
the
going
vaccine
to
that
happen.
pisses me the fuck off. I'm pissed that every time you get a shot, it's not enough, and then they blame the people that don't have the shot for it. I have to
Yeah.
get another shot because you don't have one.
Yeah, it's dumb.
That doesn't
is
make any
bullshit.
fucking sense.
No, it doesn't. That's what a lot of people have been saying. But then if you say that, you're considered a conspiracy theorist
Or an anti-vaxxer.
or an anti-vaxxer.
You
It's like,
know.
no, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I just think the way you're handling this makes no sense.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm also I'm more of a you should be free to kind of do what you want.
I agree.
kinda
100%.
person.
Yeah,
I
me too.
don't like the idea that you would force people to do virtually anything.
Yeah.
There's a lot of laws that I do not agree with.
I agree
Well,
with
anything
you. Yeah.
blood related, anything
Yeah.
where it goes into your body, but at the same time,
Well, not just that. I just think that the government shouldn't have a hand in fucking
Yeah.
telling you what to put in your body or not put in your body.
Well, they've done it before with schools. I mean, schools, you have to have certain inoculations to go to school.
partially because there is another.
But there's
part.
also an exception where you can
Yes.
say I'm
religious
religiously
exemption,
exempt, you know.
or there's also medical exemptions.
Yeah, there's
you know.
exemptions that
But-
can be honored, but those
And,
exemptions are not honored now.
And
Yeah.
but still, even
Yeah,
though
that's what's
they
fucking
have
stupid
those,
about it.
it's not
And
necessarily a good
not
thing
to
that
mention
they
with
do.
the evidence pointing to children being the least at risk for this at all.
No, the news is saying, oh,
Yeah.
there's the hospital administrations have gone up, or kids are going to the hospital up by 400%.
And that's
okay,
bullshit.
and it
That's
was like
bullshit.
what 3 before?
Yeah, so it's now gone up.
well,
It's,
you know what?
it's up to
12.
12.
But you know what? They
Yeah.
just admitted. Even CNN had to admit this too. Was that apparently they found out that 40% of the numbers, the COVID hospitalizations,
Yeah, I heard that
they're
too.
actually inflated.
Yeah.
And they have
we
all
already
been
knew
admitting
that.
it. We knew that, but now they're actually admitting it.
But that was a conspiracy.
It was a
theory
conspiracy
before.
theory before. Yeah. Now they're saying, "Oh, this is it." Oops.
Also, I saw
where does it end?
The head
guys?
of the CDC, or I think some lady, I can't remember her name, but she was grilled and asked, so out of the 800 plus thousand that have died, how, are we going to get the correct numbers, or at least a narrowed down number of who died with COVID and who died from COVID?
Yeah.
And she's like, well, with Omicron,
Oh my God!
completely
I've heard more
deflected.
about
it.
Omicron and
It's one of those
Completely
politician
deflect-
responses,
And the thing is, they have the numbers. Like, there were people, and they actually have cases, and I know that they're usually generally outliers on this, but there were people that died from gunshot wounds that had COVID that were counted as with
COVID.
COVID.
Yeah, we
Yes.
cover this
That's
every
counted.
time. Is the fact that they,
and
I always talked about the motorcycle thing. I told you guys
we've
about
always
it. Yeah,
covered
yeah.
the fact that they whatever they can do to say this is a COVID death because they're going to make more money.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. And, I know we got into that in the last
But
episode.
what I don't like is that it affects the people that I love.
Yeah.
And that's
Sure,
that's what drives me nuts. Is that
Imagine
I
living
have,
through the Black
I
Plague.
mean, I've got an older daughter who will not go anywhere. No, we're not doing that. It's fine. We can do that. We put a mask on. We'll comply with whatever they want us.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to risk it. She says to me, I don't want to be responsible for someone else getting sick. It's like, well, there's no way of you knowing that.
Yeah, there's not.
There's no possible way of knowing you're responsible for someone else's disease. But she's been conditioned to think if someone that she loves gets sick,
I don't
it's
know.
her fault.
I think Cuomo could have been highly responsible when all those old people
Elders,
died.
yeah. Oh, also, that's the thing that's pissed
what I
me
mean
off.
is
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
know, I know.
And that's the thing
That's-
that's pissed me off about this pandemic is the fact that they've been keeping people away from their family members. Like for me, with my grandmother, who is nearing the end, and she's in a hospice now, and only recently have they allowed us to even see her, and I can only see her for a half an hour at a time, and then they kick us out.
Yeah, because that 31 minutes, COVID
Oh
fucking
yeah,
kicks in.
because exactly 31 minutes. We all know that.
Gestation period or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck.
So I've spent
Makes no
basically
sense.
all this time. We've been
Arbitrary
trying to see my
rules.
grandmother, who's basically slowly dying, and they have not allowed us to see her, and she's just been fucking terrified and wanted to see her family. So this is something I will never forgive these politicians for, losing that time. And I know a lot of other people had the same thing happen.
I'm right there with you, man.
I
I
couldn't-
don't like how it's affecting the people that I love.
Yeah.
I couldn't care less what it does to me personally.
Yeah.
If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. I don't want my family, the ones I love, to live in fear about that.
Yeah.
I don't like that. When this first started,
Get
we
rid of
couldn't-
all televisions.
We couldn't hug. I couldn't hug my parents.
Yeah, that's so messed
My
up,
kids were nervous about hugging me.
Yeah.
And even now, it's like
I look at you and I go,
Well, other kids, not so much. But that's my problem. I have a problem when my family is affected directly by it, and this isn't something that's going to be like, oh, it'll pass in a couple months or couple weeks. But
Yeah, it's
this
been
is
like-
something that's going to affect my children's development
yeah,
for the rest of their
yeah,
lives.
And the most logical
So crazy,
conclusion
yeah.
to where this is all going is that like viruses don't want to kill their hosts, right?
No, because if they kill their hosts,
They die.
they die.
That's how it works, right?
Yeah.
So eventually we're going to get to
Same
something
with
like
planet
the Spanish flu did. The Spanish flu, variants of that still come back.
Sure.
All the time, right? So, and they're not killing
the
people the
fucking
way they did.
measles showed up for a while there. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that
actually was due to anti-vaxxers.
yeah, I was going to say
Real
that,
anti-vaxxers.
That was, and
But it made a comeback.
but there's
It
a
was
difference.
gone.
But, so eventually, this is going to get to a point where it's going to find a variant that suits itself, that goes around, gets you sick, but doesn't fucking
We're
kill
going to be
people.
walking around with runny noses and red eyes.
Yes.
And everyone's like,
Yeah.
all right, that's fine.
And that's kind of the way the flu is, or the common cold.
But
Yeah,
you've been in public,
You
though, and
know?
hear someone cough, though? Does that make you feel uncomfortable?
No,
Not at all.
no, but I'm not crazy.
I honestly haven't really.
I also don't
You
get I
know-
don't get affected by this shit. You know,
Yeah, it's.
I stayed away from people before this.
Yeah, I did too.
I'm right
I was a
there with you.
hermit.
Oh, I
you
was-
know?
I didn't-
Yeah.
You guys are watching and listening to three hermits. But I in the past have forced myself to go out and about just because, again, I don't want my kids to be homebodies like me.
Yeah.
And so that's
Yeah,
what I
no,
like
well,
when they're
and as
around
a-
is because it motivates me to go out and do shit too.
As a kid should be wanting to go outside and
Yeah.
do stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I did when I was a kid. When
Me
I was
too.
a kid, I was always on a bicycle or
Oh,
out
shit,
fucking
me
in
too.
the woods.
No.
Bicycles
on a
for me, man.
motorcycle.
These days, even before COVID, like sending your kids out to ride their bikes was like you're standing outside watching them the whole fucking
Yeah,
time, dude.
wasn't like that when we were kids, man.
No.
See, that's the other thing. That
I'll be home when the
stranger
street lights turn
danger.
on.
That's what
it's
it was for
fucking
me, yep.
nonsense. That's look. First off, I think your kid being kidnapped and murdered is as likely as your kid getting COVID and dying.
Well, it's. I mean,
They're-
yes,
it's what 1 in a million. Actually, I think
it is a high
But
chance, a low
it
chance.
feeds on that fear.
That's
exactly.
it. People become far
I mean,
paranoid, far more
you go through the
paranoid
statistics
today.
on
Too much
child
information
murders.
can
Yeah.
be detrimental.
Yeah,
I
but if
agree.
you go through the statistics on child murders, most children are murdered by people they know.
Yeah, we were talking about that too.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like
You
it's-
know.
it's easy.
Most
it's
commonly,
someone that's
yeah.
close to the family. Yep.
Well, yeah, like
Or,
a
yeah, yeah.
babysitter,
Family friend.
Someone nearby,
uncle,
the neighbor,
mother or
something like that.
father.
Yep.
You know, I mean, that's generally
neighbor.
how it
Stanley
works.
Tucci.
Who?
Stanley Tucci.
I don't know who that is.
He's an actor.
The actor. There's a movie with him, and he was the murderer of the kid.
Oh, yeah.
Locked her up
okay.
into a.
Yeah, not everybody's John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's the thing. It's like we look at statistics and then we just go, well, yeah, but it could happen. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
everything could happen.
That's how this is all snowballed into what it is right now.
You know, if I went based on
You take
those
1
small
point-
percentages, I wouldn't do anything ever.
You take
I wouldn't get in a car.
0.001% death from COVID, and that's enough to make how many millions of people afraid?
Yeah, like half of them.
Right? it's mind numbing. It blows my mind how much.
Yeah, I got
It
in an
affects-
argument once after. So I had a hockey game and got in an argument with this dude because he was freaking out about vaccines and all this shit and talking about
Just
stuff like kids and everything. And I'm like, I don't care about kids. I was like, first off, I don't have any kids, so I don't give a shit. Also, the other thing is, if you look at the statistics on the kids,
Super
it doesn't
low.
matter. They don't.
Yeah.
They get it and they just go, oh, that sucks.
Yeah,
Chew.
they're
And
fine.
it's gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
No, I just
Kids are
picture-
the least at risk
Yes.
of pretty much everybody.
You talk about hockey and how this dude got pissed. For some reason, I pictured you being that scene in Fight Club when dude's on top of him, like, you don't know where I've been.
Oh yeah.
You're just fucking bleeding.
don't know where I've been,
snotting all
Lou.
over him and shit.
Well, it
Oh
wasn't
my
just
God.
me. It was like it was.
Shane's got him pinned down, just fucking bleeding and fucking spitting on him. It's like, you don't know.
Yeah.
Because that's hockey. It's
When
all
he was
brutal and fighting.
but he was
all
talking like
elbows to the face.
the
and
guy at
such.
the game
Sucking
or
each other's dicks.
after that. No, that didn't happen. But
did.
after the game and everything, his argument was like, if you don't have a vaccine, you shouldn't be able to do anything. It's like,
Fuck
why?
you, dude.
Why?
What the fuck? That's an insane
I was like,
mentality.
first off,
that's what it's not the war against COVID. It's the war against the unvaxxed.
well, it's
yeah, it's like, are you going to pay that
it's
person's
now a
bills because they
cult.
can't work? Nope.
It's now a cult.
It really,
It's
truly
100% a cult.
because
it is a cult.
It's
what
a
is
cult.
it?
It's a cult with no leader unless
what
you
does it
count
prey on?
Fauci as the leader.
It preys on pride. It's pride.
It's not pride.
It truly
It
is.
is not pride at all.
I think it
no.
preys on weakness.
It's not pride at all.
It's I'm better than you.
That's not what pride is, though. They're not. This isn't a pride thing at all.
Okay, so explain to me how a person who's vaccinated 3 times looks at someone who's not and doesn't judge them, and that's not pride.
No, pride is a totally different
No,
thing.
I disagree with you.
You can disagree all you want, but pride is a different thing. It is, first off, we use the word pride in the wrong way
pride
all
is,
the time.
I'm better than you.
No, that's not what pride is.
Actually, that's more like
That's arrogance.
Yeah, arrogance, looking down on someone.
Okay, so what's pride?
Pride. Well, okay, what pride is actually supposed to be
Yeah,
by
just give
definition.
the definition of pride.
Pride is supposed to be accomplishments, right?
Right.
So
I have
like
the
if
vaccine, you don't.
that's not an accomplishment.
Okay.
It's not, and that's not a pride thing at all. It's an arrogance thing. It's a brainwash mentality. And I think that I feel that way on both sides because I think anybody that's so anti-vax, they're like, you're gonna get this.
Oh, yeah.
And you're gonna fucking. They're gonna get
Both
chip
of them
you and all
wants
that
to be
shit.
better than the other.
It's not, but it's not a pride thing. It's a fucking. It's an. You're right. It's an us versus them mentality.
Yeah,
That's
more
not
like
pride.
I know secret
That's not what
knowledge
pride
that you
is.
don't kind of
That's what.
thing.
Thank you. That's more and more what I'm
that's not
leaning
pride.
toward. Yeah, it is.
No, you're wrong.
You're,
It's,
no,
I
pride.
don't know. I think it's more of
I'm
a-
going on a religious standpoint of what pride is, and pride will be the downfall of man.
Yeah, but that's not. But that's not what pride is, though. It's just not.
It's saying I have better and I want better.
Pride is supposed to be about accomplishment, right?
No. That's being proud of your.
But that's what pride is, right? So when you hear people saying
I'm better than you, that's proudful. Someone saying I'm better than you because
that's not proudful at all. Proudful is not a word. Prideful is
proudful.
Well, look,
proudful. No, prideful. Yes,
pride.
So yeah, you know, like you're taking pride in your work. You're taking pride
of how
in,
stupid you are.
You know,
You'd
be proud of your children.
Here we go. A feeling of deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own achievements.
There we go.
The achievements of those with whom one is closely associated, or from qualities or possessions that are widely admired.
Yeah, like pride of your children.
That definition does not fit what you're saying. Boastful,
consciousness
yes.
of one's own dignity, be especially proud of.
It's virtue signaling at its fucking highest, but that's not pride.
Oh, I would agree. It's definitely virtue signaling.
I just don't agree that it's a pride thing.
I think it's I'm better than you.
Yeah, but that's
boastful. There.
That's
for
not
sure.
pride.
Yeah, boastful.
Yeah, those going hand in hand in my opinion.
They don't though. I don't agree with you on that. I don't believe that. Pride,
there's nothing wrong with being proud of your achievements, but to
that's
say
what pride's supposed to be.
I'm better than you because of it.
That's boastful.
Well,
it's not
I would say
prideful.
Someone being better than someone else. I think that's different from pride.
Yeah, it's arrogance.
I'm just saying we're at the end of times and we're all going to fucking die. That's what I'm saying.
No, that's fine.
There's going to be.
Look, I've been preparing for
There's going to be a tidal wave that's going to wipe us all out.
That's not going to happen. Remember,
God
said He's not going to flood the earth again.
Oh,
so we're fine.
Thanks, God.
No comets around to grab and toss to the earth.
Comets.
Yeah, that's what caused the last flood.
Like I think 16 of
the big world,
supposedly
worldwide flood happened 12,000 years ago, and it wasn't that's just the one the Bible
one that killed the dinosaurs, right?
Use as the biblical
12,000 years
ago.
No,
that was 65 million years ago.
No, I think they fucked all that up too.
Oh, so it was 12,000. Dude, that's the other thing.
Probably did.
I've known people that were like that. That they're like
we've known some coworkers that are the same way. It's like mesothelioma. No, Mesopotamia.
Mesopotamia. You
all
said
the
mesothelioma.
All the dinosaurs died from
skin
asbestos.
Wait.
I think
Let me say this one more time.
Skin cancer?
I think mesothelioma
It's a
was
lung
a lung
cancer?
one.
It is a lung one? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
I was thinking of melanoma. That's what it was.
Melanoma.
The M word. Yeah, I was thinking
mesothelioma is the one that you get from asbestos.
Mesopotamia.
They all died from a comet made of asbestos.
5,000 years old?
Well, this is what. Okay, so yeah, I've known people.
There's no way that dinosaurs existed millions of years ago.
Because or this is the other explanation that I hear. Satan put him there.
Oh, God. Tricko.
That son of a bitch.
He's so tricky.
No, with his fucking demons.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs were demons.
That's another one I've heard too. I knew a guy that he would tell me that it was every bit of it was a hoax by scientists. Every single one.
Yep, because.
And the thing is, it's because they can.
I've heard that before too.
Well, so there is some credibility to that argument only because you can point to a few that are completely bullshit.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think I know which ones you're referring to because I know back in the old days when
there
they
were
started
things,
the whole thing.
Because there was a huge in the late 1800s.
Yeah, I think you're talking about the Dino War, the Bone Wars or whatever. Between
where they
those
were
two.
constantly going and trying to find stuff, find new fossils, find new types of dinosaurs, and there were a bunch that came out that were just bullshit.
Yep.
Complete bullshit.
I think they call those like the Dino Wars or Dino,
I don't remember what it was,
like
but
that.
I remember it being, a big point in history where a lot of people point to and go, "See,
there was some
all bullshit."
There was some
I can point to
going
one thing
there.
that was bullshit.
Yeah.
But
that's the thing, though. Just because there was fuckery going on doesn't mean it's all fuckery.
Yeah.
No, it is. It does mean.
So
it's all fuckery.
So have you guys heard of Trevor?
Paleontologist?
No, I haven't. Shane, shut up.
Trevor Jacob?
Nope. Fuck that guy,
dude. Okay, so
is he an island boy?
No,
because I don't fucking care.
Dude, I fucking hate those guys.
You've caught on, haven't you?
Well, it's only because it's fucking bleeding over now into reels
everywhere.
Dude, it was hilarious though. I did see one of the videos with them. They're getting interviewed by this dude, and they were pissed off at him because he had said
Logan Paul.
But it wasn't Jake Paul. that comes in a second. But they were interviewed by this dude, and they got pissed off at him, and they started talking shit. And he's like, we're real gangsters or some shit like that, talking like that. And then fucking Jake Paul stands up.
No, guys, it's time.
And he's like, hey,
He was the mature one in that situation.
Well, the funny
right?
thing is, the two guys, they're just like, yeah. I'm like, wait, you guys were about it.
He knocked out Evander Holyfield, didn't he?
I don't think so.
No.
Who was the guy that fought Holyfield? One of the Pauls.
I don't remember that.
I thought
Logan
Holyfield
Paul or
I thought
Jake
Holyfield
Paul.
was like retired for a long time.
Thought one of them.
No, he fought. What's his name? Fucking.
Well, the guy that just got knocked out by one of them.
It wasn't
like
Holyfield. It was
Tyrone Woodley, I believe.
No, he made a comment about it. But nonetheless, yeah, because his co-host
Why am I drawing a
talked
blank?
shit about them, and they got pissed at his co-host, and he stood up and was like, all right, guys, we're done.
Yep.
It was fucking awesome.
It was so that
never
part
saw
was
it.
funny.
Yeah, and he just dismissed them.
But anyway, find that Trevor Jacob video
We're
that
done,
I
bud.
sent you.
We're done.
Dude, it was fucking that part was hilarious.
got it right here.
I can't stand those guys too.
What is this? What was the show you're
No,
talking
no.
about?
What?
Where this happened that you're talking about?
I don't know what the show was.
Oh,
that's
okay.
The
It
problem.
was one of the
all I saw was
Logan
a
Paul or Jake
short
Paul's
clip.
shows.
It's not his show.
It was a
It was
podcast.
the other dude's show.
The other guy's show, and they were.
But
No, because
Jake Paul
he got-
happened to be on it.
No, he got kicked off. That was Jake Paul's show. His co-host got dismissed because of that.
Huh?
I follow it on. That was Jake Paul's podcast.
Oh, so it was Jake Paul's show.
Yeah, he has his own podcast, and his co-host was the dude that he actually had to dismiss him
Why?
because he belittled the guests.
No, that's not.
But
what I
then
saw.
later it was brought back on because all right, we understand it.
Well, because those guys are fucking retards.
Yeah. No, get this.
Yeah.
One of them has children.
Why?
Yeah.
See, this is where I go. You
Well,
know
some
what?
people just should not procreate.
He procreated. He has a child. He holds this baby up with his fucking French fry hair.
Yeah. He says
This
he
is my
puts,
baby.
I think crochet needles in there.
Yeah.
That's what he uses for his hair.
Yeah. I mean, granted, he's got money, so the kid's taken care of
Dude,
financially, but
that was one of the things that I thought was funny. I
that's
saw
a
another
father
one.
figure to this kid.
I saw another one where they were talking. It was
That's
to
weird.
the same dude, and he goes, "Look, I don't know. You guys should take some of that like jewelry you have and invest it into like stocks and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Then you guys will always have money." He's like, "Look, bitch, I make more money than you," and it's like, yeah, you guys in 3 years are gonna be fucking broke.
No, one of them's got into crypto.
It doesn't matter. Those two are going to be broke in 3 to 5 years.
I hope so.
I just they don't make any
I
sense.
want to see those French fries go limp.
So did you find that?
Yeah, I'm bringing it up right
Okay.
now.
Sad.
So there's some
matchsticks off their head.
controversy with this guy Trevor Jacob.
Who's this
I
guy?
was gonna say go ahead and push stop.
Wait, who is this guy? What are we doing?
Stop
Oh my
it.
gosh, it's too
Stop
much.
it.
I'm done.
I've got to fucking lead into it instead of just playing. I just asked if you had it.
You said
So
it.
anyway, Trevor Jacob, he's a well. I got to lead into it, dude. He's
He got you good. You fucking.
Yeah, he got me
made
great.
the cat sound on you.
He's an Olympic snowboarder. He was in the 2016 Olympics as a snowboarder. He's got his own YouTube channel where he's just like an adventure guy. So he goes out and he'll do like fucking glide or paragliding and parachuting and fucking jump off of crazy shit. So in this one, what he was doing is he was gonna take his friend's ashes and what are you doing?
I was going to do a live TikTok. Sorry.
He was taking his friend's ashes and he was gonna go and dump his ashes up in the mountains and then paraglide.
Yeah.
After that.
Oh,
So-
fucking cool, dude.
Yeah. So it was actually kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty
However,
badass.
So go ahead and play this. It goes from
Don't do it, dude.
this part
Don't do
till
it.
about 3:52
It's a trap.
into
Don't
it.
do
okay.
So go ahead and play it. So now he's just taking off.
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah. Well, saying it for the fucking audio listeners, jackass.
I can't see.
Cool. I got to be able to fucking talk.
Nobody cares about what you have to say,
So we got
Shane.
him flying over different
Yeah.
areas.
And
That's the ashes of his
Yeah.
friend.
Oh, wow.
That little fucking sandwich bag.
Yeah, but have you ever seen what Ash is? There's not much.
That's
Well,
a fraction.
I know, but he's probably multiple people. I'm sure got ashes from
All
the
right,
guy.
so he's got a portion of his friend.
Yeah.
That's not his whole friend.
It's not the whole thing. Yeah.
No fucking way.
I don't know. It's just bone.
My dog
anyway.
was bigger than that.
Yeah, it's just bone. Yeah, because there was like 9 dogs in that. You dummy.
Or they just.
So now he's flying along, and all of a sudden, he
oh
loses vision,
shit!
right?
Uh-oh.
Whoop! That's not good.
And now his plane looks
The
like
propeller
it's starting
stopped
to die.
Well,
on him.
it's a glider now. That's fine. He's got it.
Yeah, but that's not how he does it.
He's like, oh, well, I'm just going to open up the door.
Wait. Does he bail out?
Yep.
No fucking.
Just watch.
Is this in the Northwest?
No, this is in California. It's
'Cause that-
over the.
He's just going to bail out?
Some mountain range. I can't remember.
No fucking way. You can't do that. That's going to freak everybody out. Let's see a plane go down. Well, he's got a parachute. He's fine. This is an act.
That's the other thing.
This
just
is an act.
Just keep fucking watching it. Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, half hour later, what am I watching? Fucking a saga, episode 4.
Yes, this goes to about 350.
Oh, no, this is
in.
only episode 2.
Jesus Christ! What are we gonna watch? Like, do I have to subscribe?
That's what he would like you to do.
I'm sure.
Oh, there he goes, jumping
There he
out.
goes. So his plane is now unmanned.
Woo!
Who gives a fuck what it hits?
Over a national fucking forest or whatever.
So, yeah, his
Fuck
plane's
you.
going to crash somewhere, and he's just
Yeah, this is
fucking
staged.
falling.
This
Well,
is,
With his headphones,
could be a
like, flapping
huge
in the wind.
Fucking problem for this guy. If this is found that it's staged,
this is.
what is
Where'd
it?
they get the-
NTF.
Where'd they get the
National
video from
Traffic
his
Safety
plane?
Board. Well, that's the other thing. Is he gonna delete all the stuff that he didn't edit together in this?
I'm just saying that plane is. He had to have found it, right?
That's where we're getting. Let the story unfold. But yeah, now the plane's just completely fucking
Yep.
free falling.
He's watching it.
Oh, here it goes. It's going to wreck.
Well, not really.
No, not right into the...
Looks like it's way the fuck above those.
Yeah, I guess it is.
I get it. It's a kind of two-dimensional.
Yeah, I was
but
going to
it's
say,
not.
the angle,
If you've ever seen an airplane fly before, you'd know that that's still pretty high up. That's still at least 1,000 feet over the top. Now it's getting close. But he's also selectively cutting this.
No!
So at 352, you can go ahead and stop this part.
Oh!
So go ahead and stop, and then bring it up to about 6 minutes in, if you can find
minutes.
that.
Oh wait, did I see a leg? Is that a penis?
Yeah, it looks like he went
No,
down
that's-
and got the
that's a
camera when he
bicep.
landed. So about, there we go, 6 minutes.
Okay, go ahead and play from here. This is where he finds the plane.
Oh my god.
So now-
Damn, look
now-
at that plane.
Yeah, well, and at first, so people check the registry of the plane, and at first they thought that maybe he rented it because it was still in the name of somebody else. But they've actually gone into the records. He did purchase this plane.
Oh, he did.
Now, one of the things that he allegedly said to the person he was purchasing it from, he allegedly said, "I've got something really special planned for this," because he owns another plane too.
He could mean something else, though.
I don't know. And then this happens.
Maybe.
Doesn't seem right, you know.
Yeah.
So we watched this till about 7 minutes in.
In the middle of nowhere.
I mean, it's just fucking wild that if this is a stunt to get more people following you on YouTube.
Took some balls.
Shame we're talking about it right now.
But what I'm saying, it doesn't matter. What I'm saying, though, is the amount of fucking trouble that this guy could get in with the, what is it, National Traffic Safety Board. That
Was it also? There's also is it the FCC? No, not FCC. that
Sure,
does it.
why
Is
not?
it?
FAA.
FAA. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
not FCC. FAA. They would probably get involved
the
too.
only problem is though is when they I think the National Traffic Safety Board has more control
Do they?
over I think when it comes to the crashes.
Okay. Yeah.
The FAA can actually take your license and all that shit.
yeah.
And this guy should be taken.
I'm sure.
If it's fake. If it's fake.
So it does.
It is. There's
yeah.
no way that he bailed out of his plane like that.
Well, he did.
Well,
you saw it.
Well, I mean,
no. What I'm saying is, no.
I know what you were saying. That's why I did it.
He prepared himself with a fucking parachute.
So one of the
He
things
was
he said.
ready for his
So one of
shit
the
to go
things he
down.
said as he's falling out
You
of
don't
the
go
sky.
flying in a Cessna with a parachute
Actually,
already
it's not a
strapped
Cessna.
on.
well,
but,
but you actually are supposed to have parachutes when you're flying planes. It's kind of a
No, you don't have to.
You're not supposed to?
No.
I've gone
That's not a
flying.
thing.
I've gone
I
flying
thought it was
from
like
a
a
local
safety
airport.
thing.
I flew a plane myself. I did not have a parachute in the plane
there's
or
no,
on me.
It's not like a boat. There's no prerequisite
Yeah.
for it.
Well,
For
I
one,
know,
most
but
of the time,
you
if you
think-
crash
I
a
have
plane, you're
I
just
have
gonna
1
fucking
hour
die.
of flight time.
Yeah.
I did not have a parachute.
unless you jump out before it crashes.
Yeah,
He
but
was
you'd have to have a
prepared.
parachute.
He was wearing it
Yeah,
when
that's
he
no-
started the video.
So okay, here's
Oh.
one of the things that he said
bullshit.
as he's jumping out of the plane. A few minutes into him fucking free falling. This is why I always wear a parachute. So if you go onto his actual if you go onto his actual fucking
Don't go into his actual fucking.
onto his actual page,
Don't.
you can look through
Don't do it.
almost every single. Go and find his actual page. It's Trevor Jacob
Do what Shane wants.
on YouTube.
Okay, so
Just-
we're looking
just
for
look on
Trevor
his
Jacob.
page. He says so. He said that I always wear a parachute. This is why I always wear a parachute. If you look through his stuff, almost every single one of the fucking plane plane videos that he's got, no parachute.
Of course not.
The other thing that he said he was doing is he was going to
Really?
he was going to go paragliding. Right? There's no paraglider anywhere in the plane.
There he is.
That's
Trevor
also
Jacob.
odd, right?
What are we getting at here, Shane?
It does look like that this is 100% a fucking stunt. Now we can't say that. We got to say
Right.
allegedly this is a stunt.
Sure.
You know, because there are legal ramifications for just accusing
Things
people.
kind of link up here
Okay,
based
so-
on what.
so-
It doesn't look
Seen
good.
before,
Look, I mean,
no.
look at this. This is a fairly recent one, 3 months ago.
It
Him
was.
and his friend. There's no fucking parachute
That's actually
on.
a video of him sucking a dude's cock.
Yeah, we're
I don't
on
wanna see
Tim's
that,
favorite
Rob.
site.
I don't want to see that on our show, but send me the link because I'm going to
Well,
take
just
care of that
go
later.
look
Yeah,
at
it looks like
click
wow.
on videos.
Look at this. He's got one from. It goes from 9 years ago. Then there's one from 5
Yeah,
years ago.
well, just click videos. Not the home, because the home just shows you.
the more
Yeah.
like, recent.
So I mean, this
popular
shows you
stuff.
recent
We're
stuff.
giving this guy airplay. He doesn't
This will show
deserve.
everything.
Tim, it's a fucking show. We got to do stuff on the show.
But yeah, look,
this is
he's-
fucking bullshit, dude.
So some
I
of
don't
his
care,
That dude's a
videos.
fucking faker.
So
He's a fucking
look,
faker.
I mean, even that one, no fucking parachute.
Yeah.
And he says that he always wears a parachute. Yeah, of course he's got a parachute in that one. He's jumping out with like a pizza box.
Good job,
That's
Shane.
what it looks like.
He figured out this guy's a fucking fraud.
Well, he's not a fraud. He did it.
Yeah,
He's
but
a
he
liar.
Said, he said my plane
Yes.
fucked up.
Well, the other thing is like,
But I've
imagine
seen
if
all the
that would have
video.
hit somebody. I mean, just randomly out in the forest,
That's
in the desert
well,
there.
but I and here's my theory, is there was a pilot in the plane when he jumped out.
No, there wasn't. Tim, you
Yeah.
can see the fucking plane crash.
You know, there's a lot
Okay,
of. Hey,
show me where the plane actually crashed
hey.
instead of
It's
the,
in the fucking video.
instead
So,
of the actual crashed
another
plane.
thing
but
that
the plane that actually went down and crashed.
Yeah, you can see it in the
'Cause-
video.
So look, another
There
thing.
would be fire, Shane.
Not necessarily, no.
Is there fuel in a plane?
Yes, but there's not always a fire in a plane crash. Tim, you're thinking of like
So
movies.
you saw? Well, I'm just saying. You saw
I've watched videos of plane crashes. They don't always
this
have
guy's
fire.
video of that plane going. You saw the plane go down and crash against the ground.
You see it in the fucking video. Yes.
You see the crashed plane.
no,
but not
you
the plane
see,
crashing.
you see the plane crash.
Did
Tim.
we see it?
Yes, we 100% saw it because he's got cameras all over the plane, and you watch it crash into the fucking side
I
of the
missed
mountain.
that part.
Yeah,
I
it didn't-
didn't
Yeah,
see-
that was
I
100%
didn't
in
see
there.
that.
So yes, he crashed this plane from 1940, a vintage
So
plane.
fuck that even more.
Yeah, no,
Son
he
of a
literally
bitch.
he 100% crashed plane. The other thing is, I initially thought the same thing that there was somebody else in there, but if you watch the
Because the
video at the
wreckage
beginning,
looked just like someone beat it with a fucking sledgehammer.
yeah, but that can easily happen on a plane. So if you watch the video from the beginning and look, because he's got a camera that points directly at him. That camera points to the back. The back is empty. There's nothing in there. Nothing in the plane. So no paraglider that he was going paragliding
What you
for.
got over there?
So
What you got over there?
you notice that most of his videos, kind of looking through here, most of them are about things like I lost my best friend base jumping. I
Yeah.
almost died snowboarding. I broke my tailbone doing this. I almost got hypothermia. I almost did this. All these bad things almost happened to me, and blah
Yeah,
blah blah blah.
'cause
I
that's
survived this
interesting.
and survived that because that's his.
And that's
shit-
interesting, right?
Right, but that draws people in,
Yes.
right? So then this plane crash stunt, it falls kind of in line with what he was sort of talking about and doing anyway.
And one of the
you know?
speculations was because his YouTube channel had been dropping in subscriptions, and his views had been going down.
Which it was, you can see.
You
yeah.
could say the same thing about this show.
Oh, this show sucks.
We're fucking crashing. Put your fucking parachutes on, boys.
We exist, but we
always
don't
wear our
exist.
parachutes.
We exist and not
But
exist.
that's the
at
thing, though.
same
Like,
time.
if you look at it, like,
Yeah.
you see his plane
You can
stuff,
see him dropping.
He doesn't have... Also, but if you see his plane stuff, he just doesn't have a parachute on in
No.
90% of the fucking videos. So
Yeah.
for him to say that I always wear a parachute, I mean, he's wearing the parachute before he goes up. Like, you know, usually when I've seen somebody, they'll have a parachute on board. You know, not
But
necessarily.
the only
on.
ones he's wearing a parachute that I can tell are the ones where he specifically skydiving.
Yes.
You know, and
Yeah,
that's it.
And he's got a second pilot with him.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
and you notice that he didn't crash his plane that he's had for a long time.
No.
He crashed this new plane
the
that he
new
bought.
one he
That
purchased.
didn't even look like a new
weeks
plane. That thing
before.
No,
looked
it's
like
from
a
Well,
pirate
it's a
plane.
used
It's
Yeah.
in 1940.
Yeah,
I
he
can't
bought it
remember
from
the name
some
of
guy.
No, some lady.
Oh, for some lady. Okay.
Okay.
So he
Yeah.
bought it from the previous owner, and then he told them that he had plans for this.
The one thing that when he said that this is allegedly because
Allegedly,
I was hearing it fifth hand from a YouTube channel that was talking about it, but the one sad thing is this is going to take over a year because this is how slow they work when it
Yeah.
comes to plane crashes. The other problem is because this is a non-fatality accident, they probably won't recover the plane, which would be huge too in seeing if that engine actually failed. Right,
But who fucking cares?
if it's a stunt,
Well,
I think that the
This guy should be arrested.
these would be the people that would
probably.
care.
And
Yeah.
fined
I mean,
like crazy and have his license stricken.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that 100% if that's what happened. Dude, it's super dangerous. You know?
It's super dumb. Yeah. I don't doubt that
On
for a
top
second.
of it, I mean,
man,
he-
what a piece of shit.
He's fucking crashing a plane that has been
Deliberately.
around since 1940. It's a fucking vintage
Yeah.
plane.
what
you
a waste
know?
of a nice plane, man.
Yeah.
Well, obviously he's got money then, so that's what people with money do. They do dumb shit
Well,
to
and
make
just-
more
and-
money.
and to think that this is a good idea in order. I mean, I've seen other ones where there's people that do these prank shows, on a closed lot where it's not really a
Yeah.
prank because you're on a closed fucking lot.
I've seen people do like freakouts on airplanes just because. I'm not going to wear a mask, but you tell the whole thing's fucking staged.
Yeah. Well, the prank show I was talking about, they did. We're going to dress up as police officers in a fake police car and pull people over on a fucking soundstage.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, the
this is fake as shit, dude.
The actors are really selling it. It's like, oh wow, yeah, that's
Yeah.
how I would
Well,
respond to the
I
same
think-
situation.
I think the reason they did it this way this time is because their first time, I think they did the real version of it. And it's like, dude, this is highly illegal and you should go to fucking prison for it.
Yeah, he got
Yeah.
some fantastic angles though. His shots
Yeah.
were perfect.
Yeah, he
so
set
good for
set those
him.
cameras up perfectly.
Yep.
Dude,
He
yeah,
knew
and-
exactly what was going to happen with that.
Yep.
But
And
that
he knew where to look when he was jumping
Well,
off.
but I
Uh-huh.
think if you watch his other videos, he's also set up the angles like that on the other videos of planes. So you can't really do it from that. But the fact that he wore a parachute and he doesn't normally wear a parachute just because he says he does doesn't mean he does.
Yeah.
The other fact that he didn't have a fucking paraglider. That's one of the main reasons he took the plane up. I think another thing is one of the guys actually went and looked at his flight log for that day. So he flew his plane in to this airport to fly this other plane, right? And instead of flying the plane directly north, which is where he should have gone, in order to go to where he was going,
Yeah,
he flew completely east.
he knew. Well,
Over
could
the
be
mountains.
It's going to a wooded area. It's not going to be so much.
Yeah, traffic.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
well, that no collateral damage.
Yeah, and that, I
You know, worry
obviously,
about, like,
so
I'm not going to hit a house with this, so I
with,
should be fine.
with all the evidence, it points towards this guy.
I had something like that recently locally here that police were looking for, or sheriff was looking for a plane that was downed.
Yeah.
Like people were calling in saying, we saw a plane go down, we don't know where it is. And the police just gave up the search after 2 days because they couldn't find shit. But Like
Dude, yeah,
several
it's fucking
reports showed
crazy.
up. It was like, hey, a plane. We watched this go down and we saw the smoke plume, but
So what I propose
They
is
never
we
found
need to
it.
get a plane.
But what gets me about that video is, again, there's no smoke. There's nothing coming from that plane at all.
That doesn't mean anything, though. Like I've
To
said
me,
before.
it does. To me, it does because
Yeah,
when there's
but you
fuel
gotta remember,
involved, and that's
a
jet
tiny,
fuel,
No, it's not jet fuel.
that melts steel beams.
No, that does. You man, okay, truther. You are a moron.
Typically, I think that with fuel, though, fire is involved. That's just how
No,
I see it.
not necessarily. I mean, we've all seen high-speed crashes that have happened.
I saw a helicopter one recently where a helicopter crashed and the guy landed like a fucking pro in a helicopter.
Yeah.
When a helicopter goes out, that's just falling to the ground.
Not really.
But this dude
So-
landed it. He took it and skidded it and
Yes.
said, "Hey guys, sorry about that."
So
and
you can
everyone
actually-
walked out just fine.
The cool thing about
Sorry
a
about the
helicopter,
rough landing.
the cool thing about a helicopter is you can actually have your engine go out and still land it, right?
well, that's apparently because I
So-
saw it in the video.
so
So,
what-
now that
what it
changed
is
my
is-
opinion so much.
It's called auto rotation, and auto rotation is I don't know how the fuck it works, but what it does is somehow the propeller that's already moving is pushing up on the air that's already been pushed down once by the helicopter to keep it afloat. That's why you can usually land a helicopter when you have an engine go out. With a plane, you got to know where you're landing before. You know, and you also have to have a long runway. A helicopter, you can land in like a 10-meter square.
Yeah, that's
you know?
true. That's true.
A plane, you need runway. The other thing is, I saw people do on Microsoft Flight Simulator. They went out and simulated this wreck, and then just said, "Well, I'm just going to coast it and see if I can just land here," and found numerous landing places in the mountains. So he could have easily saved the plane.
Really?
Well, not necessarily easily because real life is not a
sure,
fucking
sure,
simulator,
exactly.
but could have saved the plane.
It's funner to jump out and parachute from it, though.
Yes.
Definitely looks cooler.
Exactly.
Yeah, much cooler. I would say that too. So good for him.
Well,
He saved it.
that's the show.
That's the
Goodbye,
show today.
everybody.
Episode 14.
Wow.